Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire to perfectly land on that palm tree right there. I am very impressed. This, my friends, is how to open up a episode of Skylanders Imaginators Soul Seekers in the channel. You know, there is no more of a perfect ending we could have achieved. That was the peak, the pinnacle of the skill that I have to offer in this game. Everything else will pale by comparison. Hell, I tell you! So much so that I'm putting emphasis on the whole paling part, because yes, that is the peak and pinnacle that this entire series has to offer. Landing on a freaking palm tree, that has a lot to speak about my skills at the game, or should I say really lack thereof. We've never fire ram in this profile until now. Well, I suppose that's changed as Jetpack continues to speak in the background and I speak over him because I could not care less for what he has to say. This is Jetpack we're talking about here. What he has to say literally sucks, much like the rest of him in fact. So we have a Skylander launcher. I'm looking forward to a good fling. I can go for a good old fling. The only problem is that this thing doesn't seem to have seatbelts. That definitely violates all sorts of safety regulations across, you know, pretty much everything ever. You know, I don't care if this is some, like, mystical floating islands in the sky. It's got to have some sort of safety laws put in place. Otherwise, there'd be sanity rolling around. Or quite the opposite of that, in fact. It will just be insane. There'll be chaos everywhere. There'll be no sort of safety whatsoever, just because there's no laws in place to protect you. So that being said, let's swap out for a tech scanner. In this case, that tech scanner is going to be chain reaction, because as per the normal in the Soul Seeker series, whenever an element pops up, I must swap out to a scanner corresponding to the element. Cannot switch out again until the element of the area changes once more. That is a mouthful, much like what I was saying earlier about how apparently I just can't speak right because I'm trying to say and then I wind up saying the opposite of what it is I'm trying to say. When it was the opposite there, and then I'll be saying the exact correct thing I meant to say in the first place. But boy, am I glad that chain reaction has that knockback skill right there. Not that the enemy was much of a threat, you know. That enemy compared to chain reaction, it was foolish to even attempt with that endeavour, because there's only one ending result to such an abysmal display of combat failure, and that is of course, you know, the enemy's defeat. When I say abysmal failure, I'm obviously not talking about chain reaction. He's the victor here, and to the victor goes the spoils. I mean, granted, for experience, which would be the spoils, didn't do much for chain reaction here because he's maxed out already. Ooh, but I do get a fun little jumping attack. Yes, as you can tell, I am much big fan of chain reaction, much big fan indeed. Up we go, back down we go. Boom, boom, shake it through, alright. You know, that, my friends, is what we're talking about. And when it goes on forward, because we can, so why wouldn't take advantage of such things? Boom, boom, and time to go crazy up in the room. Yes, this is what a lack of safety regulations results in. It results in literal rockets with no seatbelts whatsoever. Imagine if we sent our astronauts into space without seatbelts. Yeah, seatbelts are a regulation in every single country on our planet for a good reason. Not in the Skylands though. And the Skylands has chaos. Coincidence? I think not. It has literally every form of chaos that anyone could possibly conceive of. And now Earth Skylanders are stronger. So what we're going to do here is we're not going to swap out for legendary tri-tip. No, we're going to go for his regular form because we are yet to use his regular form. We went straight to the legendary, so it's quite the opposite as to what we normally do with variants in this Nightmare Run. Normally we bring out the variants as opposed to their original form, but what we've been doing throughout the playthrough of this game so far has been playing the legendary version of Tri-Tip as opposed to the regular version of Tri-Tip. So today, that is what we shall change. Batter up! At least he still has his baseball upgrade. That has made my day, but I no longer like pound the earth so hard that I just kind of leave rocks erupting, bursting from the earth based on how hard I pounded it. You know, I don't quite have that pathway upgrade because this guy would be down the opposite path with the fossils, which as you can tell, they slow down enemies. Even that large dude right there got slowed down by it. Very convenient. Speaking of convenience, I'm just going to cause the extinction of all my enemies with the exact same object that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs in the first place. Now that is irony at its finest. Without further ado, it's time for a cutscene. I mean, that is pretty dope. Boom! That looked like it hurt. I mean, that thing is inanimate and it still hurt it. That's how much pain that mace causes. So let's take Tri-Tip off the portal right here. We're going to swap out for someone who is going to be a variant version of themselves this time. We have candy-coated Chopscotch with several C's to boot because this name just couldn't help itself but be incredibly alliterative, which now brings us up to level 50. There's very few senseis yet to be placed on the portal to raise the cap even further. Very few indeed, but this was one of them apparently. So it's time for yet another cutscene where I'm going to be extremely disappointed by the lack of candy-coatedness in this cutscene. Like seriously man, they couldn't reskin her for this cutscene. In fact, the treasure chest is back in the background all over again. Man, the inconsistencies with that cutscene right there. It just brings my blood to much boil. But let's, without further ado, swap out for our final smasher. I believe this is the only one of the two that hasn't yet accessed this shrine. We're talking, of course, about Pinata, because his soul wasn't seeked out until Chapter 7. And last time I checked, Chapter 7 comes after Chapter 5. That is how numbers work. So without further ado, let's access this and see what we got. Okay, that cutscene is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Goes through all that effort warming up and then it's just a little tippity tap. I suppose Pinata was so powerful that a 0.1% of his power is enough to obviously complete the shrine. In fact, had he used any more percentage of his power, that shrine would most likely, there'd be nothing left. It would just be obliterated. It would be in, not even tiny pieces. He would just pound it so hard, in fact, that it would just cease to exist instantaneously. So here we go, we're not going to bother swapping out because I can't be arsed, there's no combat here, so not swapping out won't exactly change the outcome of the situation. And it's just like undead, not even undead, it's dark that's coming up here, so we just have to swap out of fire, to swap back to dark, to swap back to fire again. Might as well just remain as Pinata until the combat section in the fire area, where obviously we will switch out for a fire Skylander because that could have a chain reaction effect on everything coming after this. You know, who's to know what will happen in the fire combat section. We could lose characters, or we could be fine. I'm hoping that it leans towards us being fine, but you never do know. So, say, whenever there's an instance that can change the entirety of the outcome of a challenge, then we have to ensure that we adhere to the rules. But when it comes to saving time and being convenient, we might as well just stay as the Skylander we're currently playing. Now, as far as Pinata, treasure, he could be doing with some. I'm not even sure if he has his soul jump upgrade yet. We can't even purchase it in his profile if we wanted to, because we haven't seeked out the soul gem in this profile. We have a main one, however, which we will be going back to after we've completed this game on Nightmare mode, to which we still have lots of progress to go when it comes to collecting our Imaginite parts. I think we're about, at best, 50% there. Ooh, that looked like a very nutritious burger. I mean, based on Pinata's reaction, it was certainly delicious, alright. Anyway, we don't need to seek out the soul of the Smasher Imaginator a second time. We've done so already, so let's pop out here at long last. We're going to get ourselves a cutscene, which, you know, we're going to press this button, game at the skip button, right before fire pops up, and we're going to place on for portal yet another variant of ours, that being Hard-Boiled Flare-Wolf. We're really racing through these variants, it seems. Plus, this one just looks awesome. Like, you think he looks awesome in game, he looks even better with a figurine. For blues, for whites, for greens, for pinks. They all contrast each other in a very vivid notion that, of course, suits the design at hand. I mean, because it's white, though, he looks kind of sort of like a white wolf, and he has blue fire now. And blue fire burns a lot hotter than red fire, so it just adds the intimidation factor to this guy. And as per the norm, compared to the other Flare Wolf that I normally use, this guy is down the alternate path, and he has much less pressure compared to my other Flare Wolf it seems, so apparently I don't play this guy quite as much as I do his regular version, which is a shame because obviously both versions are in fact awesome. Okay, let's bring out some loop-de-loops. I am shocked at that, cause knockback damage, but we are okay with that. Oh, I almost saw these guys right now, but this is what Annihilation looks like. And we fly into the moon. Yeah, let's take him out some more because we knocked him back with the might of our secondary attack right now, I want to say it was. Boom, fire him up! I almost destroyed this guy right now. He's just kind of like standing there and taking it like a champ. At least he was until now, you know, he's not really doing much of anything right now. So there is actually some things we can gather up in here where air is stronger, so it's time to swap out for yet another variant Mystic Bad Juju. Should I say mystical, because that is the correct name to call it by. Very similar colour scheme to that of Enchanted Starstruck and Enchanted Hoot Loop. In fact, I would have been quite cool with the concept of these variant villains sharing the name. Like an Enchanted Bad Juju. Yeah, I'm cool with that. They didn't need to make a whole new variant series for it. Anyway, I'm realising now that I'm doing this when I don't even need to do this. This is completely unnecessary. It's like Deep Stew. Apart from the fact that I can't skip over it, so we just gotta beat it. And now, let's complete the egg rescue game, because once again this gives us an Imaginate chest and we want as many of those as possible, but we are not going to be opening them until after we've completed our Nightmare save, so we are going to have a lot of work to do after said Nightmare save completion. Because what I mean by that is about half an hour of just opening chests and not much else. So our final piece before the Creation Clash game right there is going to be collecting these Imaginate trails from the snail, which is a rhyme, therefore making me a poet without even knowing it. Though who am I kidding? I had the rhyme in my head well before I even said it out loud, so therefore I'm a poet and not even know it. Ooh, we have ourselves a Tackatail, or a Tackasy. Oh, tag it up. So, Skybound Robot, let's skip over to the next video to do as we do. By press the best button, skip button, of course, the best button video game, I should say, the skip button. It's going to kick things off with Wolfgang. Let's bring out a little bit of Kingpin. They're probably going to take Wolfgang back again. Yes. Yes, they are. To that, I say, let's take Pinata, because I can and I want to. So, boom. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Okay, who are they going to play next? Bad Juju, which wasn't a bad move, to be fair. Let's take her. Obviously, they're going to take it back immediately, but by using Flare Wolf, I can take back Flare Wolf. Or I can take Hoodsicle as well, because Pit Boss could have cooked them either way. The problem here is that Aurora is going to take my Flare Wolf with the position it is in, but we still have enough points to win regardless. We'll win 5-4 because that is what we call forward planning. Yeah, it was a very strategic game of Creation Clash right there. That was the most strategy I've had to use, and even then I must have used like 1% of the 10% of the brain that I use. So in other words, like 0.1% of my brain was just used. This required that little amount of attention to it. So, let's open up this Magpie chest, because clearly we haven't seen enough of these already. We got ourselves a rare piece, but mind if we do, we got a sentinel weapon, a samurai doubler, which is not a duplicate, so we don't boost its stats, but I'd rather be unlocking new pieces over unlocking duplicates over and over again. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to enjoy this Wrecking Ball more than an actual Skylanders Wrecking Ball. Like, this is the superior Wrecking Ball in every single fashion. Skylanders Wrecking Ball, which is awesome. That's this Wrecking Ball right here. So let's take out every single one of the crates. We could take out every single one of the crates before we take out the explosive ones for the sake of a trophy if we wanted it, but I have the platinum in this game already, so I think we're set in that department. Plus we would have failed the trophy anyway, and it's really annoying how this is one of those trophies where it's one attempt per level. You miss it on that attempt right there, and you have to replay from the start of the level all over again. Luckily, this is towards the beginning of the level here, so you don't have too much of a level to have to replay beforehand. Which is annoying that, say you aren't very good at the Wrecking Ball section. It's annoying if you have to attempt the trophy over and over again, because you have to do that puzzle over and over again. I tell you what, if that was to be the case, you'd probably wind up seeing that puzzle in your dreams, and that is not something you want to see in dreams right now. It's much like how I joke around at work, how the last thing I want to do is see my place of work in my dreams. The moment that my place of work pops up in my dreams, that dream is now a nightmare. That's how this thing works. Let's take about boom 5 to 6, or 5 out of 6 I should say, and this will be Alfinito. He regrets everything. I couldn't blame him. I mean, at the end of the day, everything he did is what led him through that path. That path of absolute destruction. So perhaps if he didn't have everything, or if he didn't have everything to regret specifically, then maybe, just maybe, he would have been fine there and not have had taken a Wrecking Ball to the face. Okay, I am totally acknowledging that fire is currently the element of the area right now, but once again, we're going to be a bit fast and loose of rules, because I felt like it. I'd rather just stick his mystical power to reduce for now. And then, I'm realising now that she might not even be fully upgraded. Let's say, we're going to stick with her for now, and we'll swap out the moment we get to the shrine that's coming up, the Quick Shop shrine, that is. Boom, let's finish them off some more. Yeah, I really hope this character isn't fully upgraded, because if she is fully upgraded, then this pathway she's down is so much worse than what the regular Bad Juju has. Well, for regular Bad Juju, down her pathway has a projectile with her primary strike, and she can send blades of fire whenever she jumps out of it. Boom! But this one has really powerful lightning attack, it seems. So maybe it's the exact same. I wouldn't know. I need to check her upgrades eventually. Come back to me! There we go, he's out here. Now we can finally, just before we access the shrine, we are going to check out just how many upgrades this character has. Right, she has no upgrades. She doesn't have the soul gem, nor does she have her pathway selected for her. So that's something that I can obviously research. I can double make sure that she doesn't go down the same pathway as the regular Bad Juju. So then I have two versions of Bad Juju, one down either pathway, the same thing as I have done for characters like Flare Wolf that we've seen already. But what we're going to do is we're going to kick things off here with Tideball, who's yet to have actually activated for Quick Shock Shrine, so we're going to be getting this cutscene for the first time. Let's see what she has to offer. Well, she seems cool. What did I tell you? Cool. That's what the face of cool looks like. Anyway, Dr. Crankcase has definitely completed that shrine already, so we won't bother doing the same with him. I know that we've been going through and completing shrines for the same characters. For the most part, we've been doing it anyway. But the Tideball here, if we remain as her, then she'll be set and ready for when the water element pops up in a bit. However, if we swap out for Dr. Crankcase, then we'll have to swap back to Tideball all over again, and it'll just be a huge inconvenience, waste of time. Obviously, it's sensei who won't be in, so that can mean literally any sensei of my choice, but trust me, the element of the area will swap to water in due diligence. I hope that's how you pronounce the word. I did kind of space out halfway through the pronunciation of said word right there, but due diligence? That's a word all the same, and hopefully I'm using it correctly, and I did at least, even if I'm not using it correctly, I did pronounce it correctly the second time round. Just took me the second time to nail it. So here we go, both quick shot characters have completed the shrine now, and I'm going to finish you guys off with the mic of what I would call some legendary attack right now. Yeah, take him out! I said, take him out! Man, this game just is not listening to me today, apparently, but we did get him eventually, and that's what counts, that's what matters. So let's pop through here, where tech's going to pop up again. So, you know, chain reaction started this level, he might as well continue with it. He won't necessarily get to finish it, so he won't quite draw a full circle, but this is close enough, right? This gets the idea across. Can I do this in midair? No, I can't initiate my tertiary attack in midair. I have to wait until I am on the ground for it. Oh boy, that fella got one cheeky, sneaky hit in there, didn't he? So let's get this fella into place right now. Okay, sweet. He's right back in there. We're almost there. I know I've done this puzzle like 5 billion times already, but the game doesn't care. The game's going to make me go ahead and do it anyway. It's not exactly like the game has randomly generated puzzles, but boy, would that be a cool concept for a puzzle game. Puzzles are different every single time because they're randomly generated. That probably is a game that exists, which I'm not even aware of. But man, is that a cool game. If that game doesn't exist yet, it probably does, but if it doesn't, then I patented it. Ignite the Fire 2024, I almost said 2014 and I always went back 10 years. Man, that would have been an awesome game 10 years ago. It's probably what they'll be saying in 2034 when it's eventually actually made. And they just realised they were 10 years too late, because then I'm going to sue their asses for stealing my idea. After all, it was stated first in this video. So let's grab the burger. Once again, a very nutritious burger. Wait for it. Pop over here. Yes, that's what we're talking about. First try. Oh yeah. Platforming god over here, and we have ourselves a head for dragon head. I mean, it's a very interesting dragon, that's for sure. Looks more like a reptile head, but I think they already have a reptile head. So now they have a reptile head and a dragon head, even though all what a dragon is a fire-breathing lizard. Not even necessarily a flying fire-breathing lizard. Like, that's literally by definition a dragon. A fire-breathing lizard or reptile, a fire-breathing reptile. However you want to put it, the point is that it's a fucking dragon, but it's very hard to define a dragon specifically, given that dragons are mythological creatures and therefore they do not exist. So here we go, let's pop on down and realise that water is stronger here still, so let's swap back to Tideborn. It's going to be a lot of back and forth this episode, I'm telling you. But this is okay because we now get to play a character who's so good in fact that she is in a league all of her own. You heard it first there, folks. Okay, let's try not to die, that would not be ideal. But luckily first Tideborn's a bit too good, so death is not something that she commonly comes into contact with. Well, she will if I continue playing stupid like that. So here's an idea. How about I personally get a video game going? How about I do something completely unheard of and I don't get hit? Man, you won't hear that kind of advice anywhere else. So without further, let's open up that chest. We've got ourselves some alternate gear, some arm guards for Krenel, the arm guards? Very interesting name for a piece of arm garden gear right there, but I was about to say let's take this guy down, and then I remembered light is stronger here, so let's swap out for a little bit of another variant, Solar Flare Aurora. She looks so much cooler than her original, it's not even close how much better she looks. Like the original Aurora, it's just kind of boring. I won't say boring, she looks all white. Because she's white all over, but this one has black and orange in the arrangement of fire, and that automatically makes it 10,000 times cooler by default. This one is very under upgraded though because I don't even have my tertiary attack at the moment. Let's at least give myself that. Okay, cool, I now have an explodey thingy. I did not realise this character was this under upgraded. Hopefully we'll be alright. All I need to do is not play like an idiot, and yes, that will be a thing that will happen. We'll be alright. Okay, don't really how that didn't hit me, but we take those. Come over here, fella. I know you want to. These guys just glitched out and they forgot how to move all of a sudden. Is that what's going on here? I mean, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with him just kind of staying there doing absolute bugger all. I had no idea that vultures were brain dead in night mode. This is great. This is thrilling gameplay right now. Much like landing perfectly on top of the palm tree earlier, this is the peak of what this game has to offer. You can't see anything better elsewhere, I guarantee it. So we now have a level 10 Solar Aurora. She got upgraded by doing absolutely nothing. Oh, besides match for square button, of course. Yes, I've never seen the vultures act that way before. Not that I'm complaining. You know, perhaps they should do that more often, make the game a little bit easier on me. The game has literally thrown me a bone. I'm not going to not take advantage of it. So let's get this artillery shell into place, because once again, apparently doing this puzzle umpteen billion times isn't enough of a game. The game needs it at least once more. In fact, I'm going to have to do it again on my main profile as well when it comes to speeding through this level, which for the speedruns, obviously up until now I have been adhering to the element of the area rule. And we're going to continue with that, because every element has at least one, like, really speedy character, except for Earth, because Earth sucks. But luckily for us, Earth is mainly like combat sections. Like Earth in this game is when you want to hit enemies and you want to hit them hard. It's not specifically a lot of speed sections. A lot of speed sections are actually dedicated to the light element in this game, for ones that you have to speedrun, because the fastest character in the game, Aurora, she's a light character. You take advantage of her in those zones like we did just now. So let's get this opened up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to swap for a Water Skylander, because playing this, Solar Flare Aurora, is basically a death wish. So what we're going to do instead is we are going to swap out for a character who's currently on my shelf, that character being Grey Plobber, because we're also going to tackle the Battle Bomb after this, and I feel as though Grey Plobber stands the best chances at defeating it, because this guy is an absolute unit. I almost feel sorry for the obliteration these guys are about to go through, almost anyway. Boom! Oh yeah, let's take him out. Belly flop! Okay, let's get out of the way of the attack. I kind of miserably failed the whole getting out of the way of the attack part, to be honest. This is fine. I'm also really missing out on the small enemies right now. I need to, like, get hit less, because how am I supposed to deal with the battle bomb if I keep getting hit? Okay, here we go. Let's take them all out some more. Ow! It's the smaller enemies that have a pain, the main pain for a character is slow and as big as this dude is right here. The smaller guys are really tearing me apart. The Battle Gong is not looking like something I'm going to be tackling because there is no rule stating that I have to tackle the Battle Gong, so I might as well avoid it where I don't need to be playing for it, because even with taking the Imaginate chest, the risk is not worth the reward here. Great Goal was real glitchy for a moment there. Okay, the last thing I need to be doing right now is reacting allergically to the like thin air around me. Coughing is not a good sign. Okay, cool, let's take him out. Cool, we finished him off. We barely survived, but in the end, barely surviving is all that matters. So let's unlock this coin piece right here. We got a bow slinger weapon, the classic bow. Somehow we hadn't unlocked that before now. Well, I'm glad we have it now, at least. I believe if we avoid that crater, we don't even need to deal with the enemy that jumps out of it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to avoid it. Very clever, I know. Let's open this fella up back here. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Now, first thing I'm going to do is going to take Grave Club off of the portal so that then that experience orb doesn't go to waste, because we have to fight the Knight Doomlander as a Knight Imaginator of our own, and our own Knight Imaginators of the Undead element, so we might as well take advantage of that experience orb whilst we're at it. No point it going to waste with Grave Club right there, much like how I wasted the super experience orb on Legendary Tri-Tip during the racing episodes. I'd rather not let experience orbs like those go to waste a second time. So yes, Undead Knight is now at level 20, which is usually what a maxed out sensei looks like. In fact, they have the health of a maxed out sensei. Chompy Mage, for example, has 900 health at level 20, which is pretty low for level 20, let's be honest here. Okay, it is Kaos. And of course his Doomlander as well, which is about to go down. Just got to be very careful not to get hit by it. Getting hit by it is not particularly ideal. Boom, boom, shake room. But luckily, the moment he starts his attack, he's very easy to attack from behind. Like that. Boom. Okay, already we're on to the next phase, so that's cool. We take those. Not even been damaged yet, we're just that awesome. I'm hating so far how the closest call we've had so far this episode was with Grave Club, purely because them smaller guys kept on hitting me. They showed no mercy. Okay, boom, let's take him down some more. I almost feel sorry for this guy right now. Almost, at least, but almost doesn't quite count now, does it? Ow. That was much pain. And was it worth it for 10 healing? Absolutely it was, yeah. We might have lost like 300 health, but at least we gained 10 of it back, alright? Totally worth it. Anyway, the Wrecking Ball is going to be coming in soon, and that will definitely spell out this guy's final defeat, because the Wrecking Ball is more of a threat to that bulky-ass Doomlander than it is to our Imaginator. Yeah, me too, Chaos. I'm annoyed at your general annoyingness thing. It's very annoying when you're annoying. Who would have seen that coming, right? Oh, Wrecking Ball time! Watch out so I don't get hit by a Wrecking Ball. It's one thing to laugh at him getting hit by a Wrecking Ball, but for me, that would just be stupid. Yeah, let's have him get over here, sucker around you, knows it. Oh, it's a shame we didn't hit him on the run back. That would have been great, but also it would have been actually too much, apparently. Boom! Wrecking Ball hits him. Oh, and it's gonna hit him again! Oh, isn't that just too bad, man? That's just too bad. Okay, he's almost out of here. I love the fact that this Wrecking Ball has put in more effort right now to defeat this Doomlander than I am, and I am okay with that. That's going to be even more experience to level me up again. I leveled myself up by doing absolutely nothing. This is so there's Aurora's situation all over again. That's what this is right now.
Something to distract you while the main course continues to destroy your precious Skylands. Good luck dealing with that.
Not cool, Chaos. Not cool. We are in fact going to deal with that. But we're half an hour into the episode already, so we're going to make this a little shorter than usual, and we're going to save the Guacamole monster for the next episode. But what we are going to be doing before the outro rolls itself out is we're going to be opening up these Imaginator chests, getting some ultimate gear. We've got a backpack. The Ancient Tomb, which we hadn't yet unlocked, even though it looked very similar to a piece of, to a backpack that we had unlocked already. It looked similar, which is why I was bracing myself with duplicated stat buff, but fortunately that's not what happened. So let's skip over that and say deep stew. And then, now that the level has been complete, what we're going to do here is we're going to check out how many stars we acquired, which is not many of them at all. But with that having been said and done, I will see you next Thursday for another episode of the Skylanders Imaginators Soul Seekers series here on the channel. But obviously, until then, we have an outro to see us through. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!